So you're right, we did recently help safely evacuate from Gaza a young Yazidi woman so she could be reunited with her family in Iraq. The circumstances of this case really hard to describe. This is a now young woman who 10 years ago, when she was an 11-year-old girl, was kidnapped by ISIS in Iraq, sold, and forced to marry a Hamas fighter in Gaza, moved to Gaza against her will. The recent death of her captor in Gaza allowed her to escape, and we were contacted by the Iraqi government, who was made aware of the fact that she escaped, that she was alive, and that she wanted to come home to her family. And the government of Iraq asked us to do whatever we could to get her out of Gaza and get her home. So over the past few weeks, we worked with a number of our partners in the region to get her out of Gaza, to get her safely home, obviously with the government of Israel and with other partners as well, to get her out of Gaza, get her home to her family. And I can say now that she is safely home with her family in Iraq. I would ask that, obviously this is someone who's gone through pretty difficult circumstances. We would ask that everyone respect her privacy, of course. But I would say in a number of times over the past nearly 12 months, we have been able to get people out of Gaza. Obviously, our first priority is always the safety and security of American citizens. And when we're working to get people out, we always work first to get American citizens out. But there are a number of others who, in certain cases, for example, kids with cancer, other people who needed medical treatment who were not citizens of the United States, where we have been able to get involved and get them safely out of Gaza.
The IDF announced that in a complex operation coordinated between Israel, the United States, and other international actors, a 21-year-old Yazidi woman who was held captive in the Gaza Strip was rescued and returned to her family in Iraq. The Yazidi woman was said to have been taken captive by the Islamic State at the age of 11, after which she was sold to a Hamas terror operative who is affiliated with the Islamic State in the Gaza Strip, where she then was held as a sex slave. After the successful rescue operation, the young woman was returned to her family in Iraq.
Into the full details, I can say she had already made it out of captivity herself inside Gaza after her captor had been killed. Remember, she was married to a Hamas fighter. We found out about the situation from the government of Iraq, who asked for our help. We then worked with the government of Israel to get her out of Gaza and get her safely home, working with other countries in the region. But I really can't go into some of the underlying details.
عراقي انبهر ما ناخذ يا الله قنزر ما ناخذ يا الله شرفيني بك التوهات وبنات ولا تسخطين بس الرحمة الباري بس الشارع البكتر ما ناخذ يا والله راح خمسة كل شوية أو كيلو المصحف أو أكثر وده كان مغمض وده